Hey there, Tater Tots. As you can see, yeah, a couple more skeletons wanted to be on YouTube, which is fine, I need to start off this episode with just two things, two very important things. I've made a couple of mistakes. The first one, as you know, is this I don't know what was going on with the color or anything in that last episode, but we're going to fix that for this episode. I promise. There were definitely some lessons learned from that. The second thing is I've got Elytra now, and you have yet to see me. That looks so weird with the arrow sticking out of my eyeball. You have yet to see me fly and use this Elytra. I could be terrible, or I could be awesome, or I could be somewhere in between, which is probably closer to the truth, but most likely terrible. Well, I guess you guys did see me fly in the end, but that really doesn't count. There's nothing to run into, really. So as we get down here, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about the question of the day. So the question of the day for this episode is, there's a one-story house where the walls, doors, and furniture are all yellow. What color are the stairs? So if you think you have the answer to that question, please go ahead and leave it in the comments section. And then, I don't know, I might actually, I probably will reply to you in the comment section, letting you know whether you got it correct or not. Congratulations to those of you who got last episode's question correct. That's fantastic. Keep it up. So as we go down here, we've got to think about what we're going to do for this episode. So let's first take our project book, as we do. But I don't know why we even grabbed it, because I'm pretty sure neither of the projects that we're going to do in this episode align very well to what's in our project book. But the first project, or I guess the second project that we're going to do today, is yes, I still haven't done anything with this sugarcane. I made it easier to access, I suppose, but I certainly didn't have it going, Bubble Vader up over through the ceiling and to our storage area over there, like I said that we might do in between episodes. But then in the comments, our good friend Burrito, who has fantastic comments for all of the videos and shows such good support for this channel, had a suggestion. And that suggestion was, instead of having it go, through the walls and everything, wouldn't it be neat, as we're walking through the ravine, to see minecarts going across bridges? And that's how the items would get from here, the sugarcane farm for now, and then other farms potentially later. Looks like he just got a haircut. And get to the storage area that way. I think that's a fantastic idea. It's a really good kind of stretch exercise for me. I've never done anything like that before, so that'll be really fun to learn. The second one that we're going to be doing this episode is, if you can recall from one of our first episodes, we have often kind of that direction, an iron farm and a creeper and spider farm over there, and they are pumping out resources. I tell you what, if it wasn't for that iron farm, I definitely wouldn't be able to do all the redstone contraptions that I've been doing. So the problem over there is, while we do have a lot of storage, and I even added some between episodes, it's not being sorted at all. So it's a mess to try to go through there. So that's something we can do, a little bit of a storage upgrade for both here inside the base and also over at the farm. I think we do have organized items. Yeah, kind of. It can kind of fit into that. And then we also have, I saw it earlier, we have a storage upgrade. Now, that's not including the storage that's in here, so I'm not going to tick it off after this. But I think it goes a long way in getting that accomplished for our base. Now, this auto sorting system is something that I've never done before, but I do have an excellent tutorial from Impulse SV. And if you're not already following Impulse SV, by the way, you really should, especially for a lot of redstone projects. So we've got what is essentially going to become our redstone box, and now we get to go. It's almost nighttime. I really thought I was going to run into that. So here's a little tour, by the way. There's our villager breeder right there. And then if we come right up here pretty soon, we should see right there our awesome AFK station above our farms. So let me just land here. Too low. Let me just land, and then if you're new here, I'll show you around real quick. Come up here. There's a nether portal. That was our only way of getting up here for a long time. I did add, as you can see here, about twice as many chests as we had before. We only had about this much, and then I went ahead and filled it all in. And we're able to do that because we've got iron coming in for days, and I've even turned some of it into blocks. But here's the problem, is you see how this is completely unsorted? That's what we're running into. So we're going to fix that in this episode by creating a sorting system behind all of these chests. And to do that best, after I sleep, of course, I think we need to do that in the form of a time lapse. Here we go. Okay, hope you like that time lapse there. We do have just a couple of steps left. The first one, primarily, is to make the filter item. So let's just call this, if I can spell correctly, item filter. Okay, so we've got them all in there. So then we need some materials on what we want to filter out. So we've got to make some decisions here. How many do we want to be gunpowder? How many do we want to be iron? And how many do we want to be strings and poppies? And then, of course, we're going to have an overflow row right here. So I'm thinking, let's see, when I'm coming out of this portal and when I'm coming through here, what is the first thing that I'm probably going to want? Gunpowder is important, but I'm probably going to use more iron. So let's use these first, I don't know, 3, I think, for iron. The cool thing about iron is that you can turn them into these things. You can turn them into iron blocks. So we'll do iron for that. Let's put that there. And then we're going to need some gunpowder. So let's, I need to clear some of this stuff out of my inventory here. So then let's get some gunpowder. That will be just fine. Some string and some poppies. Perfect. So now we can go back up to the top. I left this scaffolding here just to make it easier as we go up here. So this first one, is it going to be the first one? Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, so it's actually this one that we need to be working with, not those. So we said iron is probably going to be first. Let's do 1, 2. Ooh, well, that's not right. What are we doing wrong here? Supposed to be like that? Let's see. There. No? Okay, let me do some troubleshooting. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of a redesign here. So these hoppers were supposed to be facing towards an air block, towards the front. I had them going straight down, which was a problem. And then what I did was these hoppers, instead of going straight down as well, I had them going along this way. So as items get picked up, it'll gradually make its way this direction to the last hopper, which does go straight down. So that'll help quite a bit. In fact, I probably don't even need this redstone here because we're not going to be locking the chest beneath. So I believe we'll get that later. Right underneath here is a redstone torch, and that I need to take out. So since we're here and since it's working now, this is where I'm placing my filter items. So I place it just like that. And then I'll place iron blocks there. So what'll happen, it should go down to 41. Perfect. And then we should have one in here. Perfect. Everything else will go straight down into those chests. We're going to do that again with, I don't know, probably 3 of these. I don't think we'll get as much iron as I'm hoping. Plus, we can always transfer them or convert them into blocks as we go. And then I'm going to have a ton. So let's see. 1, 2, 3 will be iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd say we can even do 5. 5 of the gunpowder because we get that much quicker. And the rest of this, like this one will be string. We're not going to need any more string than that. And then this one will be everything else, primarily the poppies. So let me go ahead and set all these item filters up. And then we'll clean up and I'll catch you at the front. Here we go. We've got it all sorted out. You can see here the iron is going into this chest. I've got a ton more iron blocks than I thought I did. And this one and this one. So this did kind of concern me at first when I saw iron actively coming into these 2 chests as opposed to just going in this one. But then I thought about it, and as long as it doesn't show up in the one over here at the end in the overflow chest, I think we're going to be okay, because that means one of those hoppers is picking up these items. So that works. And we've got a ton of gunpowder as well that's coming in. Let me see if the same thing is happening. No. Ooh, get that out of there. It's not happening, which means it's these first 3 hoppers that the items are just going too fast, But it gets 3 chances to pick things up. You can see things going by right there. So I cleaned up. The scaffolding's gone. A lot of those other things. So I think we're good. There's one more thing that I wanted to do. So this right here is very quickly becoming our redstone chest. I don't know why I'm doing this with an axe. That's fine. So, a couple things we can do. Let's take this. Let's do, what's a clever name for our redstone chest? I tell you what, in the comments, go ahead and give me a cool name for the redstone chest. For now, I'm just going to call it redstone. Okay. There we go. Perfect. And then let's go over here, and we just so happen to have the exact materials that we need to get this the correct color for what it is. Red. Perfect. Okay. So now let's use the correct tool. Break this one. Put them in here. 1, 2. And now we will head back to the base. This was an awesome project. I'm really glad that it got done. How does it look from this side? Oh, that looks pretty awesome. So now let's fly back to the base here. And what's cool is I can actually get all the way back to the base without using any rockets. So there you see our villager breeder. Over there is the village, the desert village that we've been using. Over there's our dirt hut and our cows. And then down here is the actual cave base. So we are back over here. Man, that was an awesome project to complete, but that's just one of the projects that we're going to do in this episode. The other one, if you can remember, is we're going to be moving the sugarcane through here over to our storage area with minecarts. As you can see here, I've marked out kind of the location where I want the minecart to go over. It might seem a little high there, but if we're up here, it'll actually be right at eye level as we're coming down. So I think that's a really good spot for this one. Especially if for whatever reason I can't think of anything off the bat, but if we don't want to hit our head, I don't think we're going to be riding horses down here, but you never know, right? So I think the first step is we're going to have to create the system that's going to push the items up to there so that it can be loaded into the minecart. So let's do that first. Not really sure how I'm going to, but I'll fiddle around, and then I'll catch back up with you. Whew, that one was difficult. I had to do some interesting things. Let's pick that up. So the first thing that we had to do, like I said, was we had to figure out how we were going to get the items, get the sugarcane from there. And if you remember in the last episode, we basically had a hopper going down and into a double chest that was right here. All I had to do was take out this double chest, put in a dropper facing towards that water stream, and then you've seen this circuit several times. This is basically an automatic dropper circuit. So anytime you put anything or anything goes into this dropper, such as from the hopper right behind it, it automatically spits it out into that water stream, and then it goes up a bubble vader. So let's demonstrate here. We'll put you guys in there. So it's automatically going to start spitting things out. I did notice every once in a while I'll get a loss, like something will stick right here in this corner, but none of those went. We'll see. If it becomes an issue, I might have to redesign it. So it goes up into a water stream right behind this packed ice block, and then it gets pushed into this hopper. So there we have our 15 sugarcane. This is our second redstone circuit. So what this one does is this powered rail right here turns off if it notices that there's anything in this hopper. That's essentially it. If it says if there's anything in this hopper, turn this off. So what that means is a minecart with a chest on it will go straight to there, and as long as there's stuff in there, it will stay there until it's empty. But if there isn't anything in there, it'll stay on, it'll bounce straight back to where it came from. And that'll be, how did he get in there? That'll be really cool walking through here because you'll be able to see the minecart going even when there's no sugarcane being transported. So let's demonstrate here, actually. Let's do one of those and one of those. Okay. So that is our minecart. Now let's put it right here. Okay, so as soon as it gets to the end, it should stop and wait to be filled, and then as soon as it gets filled, it should rush off again. So let's see. Cross your fingers. So we see it is emptying, and once it gets to 0, it should push it off. There we go. Nice. So that's going to be really cool. And I still haven't done that part. That's in the next phase. But you can see here, that's what it's going to look like as it's going over. There we go. Actually, this side, I thought at first that it was going to be a lot easier than the first side because of the item elevator and stuff like that. But I did have some things I had to troubleshoot on this side. I think I was powering some hoppers, which was making things break. But anyway, let's put our 15 test sugarcane in there. What's going to happen is going to go up, and then as soon as it hits a dropper at the end, should stay there until it unloads, and then it should come back down. Let's see. Yep, here it comes. Perfect. Perfect. Nicely done. Now, let's go see if it made its way into our chests in the storage room. And I'll remind you which ones we're planning to have the sugarcane go to. Right up here, and this row of chests right here. So, yep, there's our 15 sugarcane. So that was perfect. That worked perfectly. So I think we're ready to actually set it on its voyage, and then just set it and forget it, right? It should just work. Now, redstone, am I right? It doesn't just work sometimes, but I feel pretty confident in this. Let's close that off because we don't need it anymore. Let's put this. We'll take it this way, and we'll give it a little nudge. Let's hop down here. We'll see if it comes back. Now, right now, since it's taken me so long, it's probably loading up. You can see these guys got a haircut at around the same time. They're about to get harvested again. So in just a second, we should see the minecart go past. And I'm crossing my fingers right now. Please work. It worked before. Are we able to see up there? Yeah, it's in there. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Now, it should be unloading into this chest down here. We should be able to see it. Let's see. Oh, there they come. There they come. And then when it's done, I want to make sure that it starts heading off in the other direction. Let's see. Could be any second now. Any second. Man, how much was in there? We'd been working on that for a while, so there's a good chance that there was quite a bit of sugarcane left in there. Come on. No? Oh, I hear it. I hear it. There it goes. There it goes. And there shouldn't be any in there, so it should come straight back. Oh, that's awesome. And then as soon as it gets back up there, since it doesn't have any, it should bounce back and come right back down. Oh, man. That is perfect. I wish I could say that was one shot, one kill. That took a little bit of time. But that's definitely a second major project that we got finished with in this episode. Now we find ourselves at the very end of the episode, and I just wish I had more time today to record, but I don't. By the way, happy Mother's Day to any mothers who might be listening, and if you have a mother who's been around, taking care of you, that sort of thing, make sure that you give them a little shout out. Let them know how much you appreciate all of their hard work. So without further ado, let's get to our comment of the week. So our comment of the week, let's flip through the pages here, goes to Tarek Time. So Tarek Time is another YouTuber, does fantastic episodes. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen me tweet about his episodes and just the quality that he puts into them. So it was really awesome that he left a comment on my channel as well. He said, "Awesome episode, dude. Have to watch your other episodes." So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description as well. Go give it a shot. Go take a look at his videos. You will not be disappointed with his Minecraft content. But like I said, that's all I've got for this episode, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, be sure to give it a like and a comment. It really does help the channel. And I will see you all in the next episode. See ya.